Hey, what's up, and welcome to SMA Marketing's YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to be looking at backlinks and domain authority and how they play a role in ranking in the age of AI. So as we all know, backlinks play a very large role in ranking. Backlinks are important. They are essentially an upvote for your website, especially when it's coming from another credible website. But what role do they play today when it comes to ranking? As we looked at the API documentation that was leaked from Google, we can understand a little bit more about how they approach backlinks in today's world of search. Some of the things that play a very large role are things like anchor text. Anchor text spam detection is something that Google has implemented to understand how linking is being done from one site to another. So if they see something that looks spammy, like overusing of a particular anchor text, that can trigger a spam warning. Google's also looking at the quality. It's not always about the number of links that you're getting. What are the sites that are linking to you? You could have 1,000 links from sites that have very low authority, or you could have one link from a very high authority site. The one that's got the high link is gonna outrank the one with the 1,000 links if that's the only measurement at play here, right? So quantity is not as important as quality. Google also has something called Penguin. Penguin has been updated a number of times through the years because manipulative link building practices have changed as well. So what can SEOs do about this when it comes to backlinks? Well, first off, focus on relevance and quality over quantity. This means that you should be looking at building relationships with highly reputable sites within your space or within a connected space, a space that's related to something that you do as well. Make sure that your content is relevant, right? That plays a very big role. You can't just go off and start spamming emails and doing all these different techniques that honestly used to work in the past. They don't work as well today. People are overloaded with too much email, too much spam. People want to have good content, and they also want to build relationships. Backlink building is all about relationship building. And if you build these natural relationships with publishers and other sites, maybe you get to create some content for them. They can create content for you, and you can work together on expanding yourself in a partnership kind of way. Those are the kind of natural organic links that really are going to add value, not just in Google, because a backlink shouldn't just be about ranking. A backlink should be about driving relevant referral traffic to your website. Because what happens when the search engines go down? What happens when things change so much that they don't play as much of a role, but people still visit that other site? You can still get good quality traffic. So think about backlinks in that respect. Some other things you can look at is making sure that you have natural anchor text. Don't over manipulate the usage of your anchor text. Yes, use the right keywords and things of that nature, but don't over optimize. You also want to have a broad domain range. Don't try to get a bunch of links from one type of site. Build those organic relationships with sites in your space, but also with like related industries. For instance, if you're a hotel and you want to start building links, build links with local restaurants, local adventure businesses, maybe that take people on excursions in your local town, things that people would do while they're staying at your hotel. That shows a more cohesive relationship, and it's also really good network building as well. And then monitor your backlinks. Look for the spam links. Unfortunately, we live in a world where people do some pretty shady stuff. You're gonna get some bad links just naturally because there are these spam sites out there that scrape links all the time and put sites on their lists of top 1,000 best sites to visit. Monitor that. Only go to disavow if you must. Don't do it all the time, every day, as much as you want to. Only do it when you need to. There's no need to draw undue attention to your site. For a lot of these cases, Google's going to be ignoring the bad links anyways. They're not even going to play too much of attention to those. But if you need to, maybe you've done some of these things in the past that you shouldn't have done, then that's when you want to use something like the disavow tool. All right, now let's shift gears a little bit. It still has to kind of do with backlinks, but we're going to talk now about domain authority. Now, domain authority is a metric used in the SEO world. It's a metric used in SEO Moz or Moz now. But when we talk about domain authority in this regard, we're talking about the authority of a domain, not a specific metric from an SEO tool. So one of the things that Google looks at is that older domains have more trust because they've been online longer, they've built relationships longer. So having an older domain can be valuable. They also stress the importance of high quality backlinks when it comes to your domain authority. Google's also looking at things like spam signals, like we talked about before. They're looking at anchor text. They're looking at poor content, low quality content. Content impacts the authority of your domain. We know this between the EEAT scores, but some of the other things that Google's put out over the years, but they're definitely marking it down in this API and looking at the quality of the content on that site. Some of the other things that we looked at and saw within this documentation is that anchor text matters, right? We just talked about that. High quality content matters. Locality matters. Having geographical related links matters. So if you're a local business, build links locally, build relationships locally. That's an important thing to do. Again, it's not just going to help you from a link perspective, it's going to help you from a business perspective. Link age and historical freshness matters. How long has this link relationship been around? How fresh is the content? How unique is the content that is being linked to? For SEO strategies, what should we do? Well, we need to make sure that we maintain our domain long term. Our domain is important. Just like real estate, a property increases in value over time, your domain is going to increase in value over time. So invest in long-term management. Deliver consistent quality results in content over and over and over. Play the long game. SEO is not a short game. Everybody wants to win overnight. That doesn't happen. Very rarely does that happen. So play the long game. Keep your content fresh. That's going to play a role. Focus on earning those backlinks from high quality, relevant sources. Make sure that you adhere to the ethical practices within the SEO space. Don't get a penalty if you don't need a penalty, right? Don't put yourself out there. Vary your anchor text. Use different ones between natural to maybe keywords, to click here, things like that. Don't go overboard. Don't overthink it. Just be natural. Get local links. Make sure they're topical. Make sure they're geographically relevant to your site, to your business, and keep creating high value content. Content is very important when it comes to making sure that your domain has authority. So as you can see, we've looked at a number of things that apply to both backlinks and domain authority. These things play a large role in the world of SEO. Just a bit of advice when it comes to backlinking and all that process. We used to do it a lot over the years. It's something that we haven't been as outreach focused on. We focus more on earning those because we want to control the things that we can control and then let the chips fall where they lie. It's worked for us. Create good content, create good user experiences, build good relationships, and those links are going to come naturally, which is going to help you out way longer, and it's going to build more value in the long run. Again, this isn't long-term play. This isn't something we're trying to do overnight. So make sure you're investing in your website, that you have a long-term goal and a long-term outlook, and you're doing the little things every day to build your reputation online. If you got any questions about what we talked about today, any questions on some of our past videos, please comment below. We'd love to continue to have that conversation with you. And until next time, happy marketing.